Hello YouTube. Today I'm gonna be doing a scratch game that I've made myself and designed myself. And it's quite good. So I'm just gonna if you don't know how to make games and that, I'm just gonna show you how to do it, and it's quite simple. And this is what it'll look like. This is what it'll look like when we're finished. So I'll just go to full screen, start, and the ball should come in play in a minute. Maybe not. There we go. And then you just simply use the arrow keys to control the yellow ball. Right, left, down, up, right, yeah. And then, yeah, if you hit the black lines, any of the black lines or the blue lines, it'll stop the script. So you can't just cheat and go right from here, where the mouse is, right down to there. So it actually stops the game. So you have to restart it again. And I'll show you what that does in a minute. Same for blue as well, you know, the blue background, that does the same thing as the black. And if you go up here, also in this video I'm going to be telling you like how you can modify this so it doesn't have to be exactly the same, and also how it works, so hopefully you should get a bit better at it. And as you notice, here we are at the end. If you hit the red bit, the points will go up. The points are in this corner here, where the cursor is. And then as soon as you hit the red, it'll stop the game, wait a few seconds, and then add the points to your score here. So now you've got 5 and you did have 0. I'll show you what happens if you hit the black or the blue. So like I said, how I got to grips with scratches, we actually do it at school as well. So I've just been, to get a couple of steps ahead, I've been like, to just test them myself, see that happens if you hit the black, and then it stops, and then you go. Sorry, cross conversation. Anyway, yeah, so I just boosted myself up by looking at lots of YouTube tutorials. Yeah, and then doing it myself, and then changing it and making it a bit better. So that's why I decided to do a tutorial, because it really helped me. And same if you, yeah. So anyway, yeah, if you hit the blue, that goes like that as well. So just give me a minute, and we will be, yeah, I'll see you in a minute. So what you want to do is you want to open a new scratch project. So but I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to go to here, hit file, new, and then it should load up. I'll just press no, because I haven't really changed it. No, I haven't changed it at all. So I'm just gonna, that's gonna open, and it's gonna start with the cat here, as it always does. And so what we're gonna do first is the background. So what you want to do first is right click or delete the cat, and then gonna go to backgrounds tab here, make sure it's on stage, which should be backgrounds, and then on here it'll say background 1, edit. And then you should get this interface here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the borders. I'm going to do the borders in a you just hit this rectangle here. Make sure it's on that deep filled, all filled one, not that lines, because it won't work properly. Then I'm just going to do this, choose this blue here. And you can choose any colour, doesn't make a difference. As long as everything's not the same colour, it'll be fine. So I'm just going to do this colour first. You can do any colour, apart from white, obviously. So, and then I'm just going to go over here, then you get this little cross, plus sign, whatever you want to call it. If you go right to the corner, left click and hold, and then you're going to drag right over here to the other corner, and make sure it's not too. Oh, then we do it here, and then we're just gonna do the same all the way around. Like so. Okay, so then, oh, hold on, just need to check something. As long as it's hi everyone again, sorry. Yeah, so what you're gonna do next is you're gonna go to I'm gonna go to this colour here, the black one, and then make sure it's there still. Now you can do lines there, and you can do lines there. So, but I like to do it just rectangle again because oh, sorry about that, everyone. Anyway, like I was saying, see here you can do lines, but I like to do like different thicknesses, so thick or thin, or just different thicknesses. So first what you're gonna do is, once again, you're gonna get your cursor here, and you're gonna hold it and make a little line. Not too thick though, because you don't want it like that, because that's a bit stupid. You go like that, and then let go. And then here, I'm gonna do little sticky out bits, so just so they have to be careful, and it's a little bit more trickier. And then what we're doing is, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go here, and then after this, and then we're gonna go make another little line here. So to there. Yeah, I'll do it to there. Then what I'm gonna do is a little zigzaggy pattern kind of thing. So I'll go down here, and then down here. It doesn't matter what kind of pattern you do at all. Doesn't matter what pattern you do or anything, just something that's just whatever you want to do, really. And if you get filled like that, just get the little paintbrush here, then select your brush size. I won't make it too big though, just in case. Then just make it like that. Or you can just use the rectangle again, but I'm not gonna. Hello, sorry again. And then what we're gonna do is, after you filled that in, sorry this keep happening, it won't happen anymore, I promise, cause I've got rid of the nuisance. Anyway, back to this. I'm gonna go back to the rectangle, and I'm gonna do this, like a little, like kind of a pathway, like a little hard, a little bit more difficult. So I've got these spikes again. Now it's a bit different to the other one, but I want to do it it doesn't matter. Like I said, it doesn't matter how you do it. It's not gonna matter to what we do it later. Right, and then I'm gonna go from here up, and then I'm gonna do this. And then go down here, so you can go down here. And then what you're gonna do is, now you've got to have a different colour to the blue border and black, or else the point score won't work properly. what we're gonna do, see this red here? Well, I'm using red. I say, doesn't matter what colour you do. As I keep saying that because it's true. Really. There you go. So it's not exactly the same, but it's fine. And then you hit OK here. Right. Now we've got the background done. We can add the ball. And the ball's easy. You just go to Paint New Sprite. Make sure it's not paint here. It's Paint New Sprite. The little star and the little one there. So if you press that, then I'm gonna use yellow just so it's contrasting colours. And then, I mean, you can do a little face if you want. I mean, you could do this. Make sure the ball's quite small though, like that, yeah. And then see that set custom center. Press the little plus sign, and then drag the corner into the middle of the circle. If you don't do this, you might have a few incidents. So just click that again, then click it to make sure it's set. Yep, knock it off, and you can do a little face if you want. You can go to the black here. In fact, sorry, no, you can't. You can't have any colours. You could have colours with light blue, as long as it's not the same colour as the border, the finished square there, the red square or whatever colour you chose, or the black lines. But I'm just going to keep it as a ball, and I'm going to press. Now make sure there's no little random dots anywhere. Yep, anyway, press OK. Now, that's a little bit too small for my liking. So, I'm going to go to costumes, and here we have costume 1. Just press edit. It's as easy as that. Just press edit. And then it comes up with the board again. Go back to yellow. Make it a bit bigger around here. I'm going to do that and then see what that's like. It's not perfectly in the middle, that is it? Right. Well, it doesn't have to be perfect, but virtually. Right, this is what I quite like. So, right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to control. When flag is clicked, then we're gonna do a forever. Make sure it's not forever if, just forever. Because if it's a forever if, like, sometimes the system can get a bit confused. And then we're gonna go to if, not forever if, and then we're gonna put the if inside this little forever here. Now make sure it clips. There's a white line under the forever if. You can't have it anywhere else. Can't be there. It's got to be there, because if you put it there, it'll wrap around the forever. You don't want it to do that. You want the forever to go around the if, so make sure it's in there like that. Then you'll notice that little hexagon shape thing here. We're going to go to sensing, then we're going to do if, so it'll be if key such and such pressed. Now if you notice, this little shape here is the same shape as there, so that's maybe a little tip for you if you're making your own little things. Now there is another way but to do this, but to keep it a bit more like efficient, a bit better, you can do this. And you go key space, and then you go to, we're gonna do, if you click the black arrow here where it says space next to space, you can choose letters, or if you press more, numbers. But I'm gonna go with that. I'm doing the arrows on, so I'm gonna do the up arrow first. I'm gonna left click, and then it'll say if key up arrow pressed, which is what we want it to say. Now it doesn't matter where this is moved, if it's there, if it's there, doesn't matter. But I'm going to show you a little tip to make it nice and neat at the end, but only at the end. So anyway, we've got the if key up arrow pressed, and then we're going to add the proper things, we're gonna put forever if key up arrow is pressed. We're going to yes, hold on. I'll be just a second. Sorry, I'm back again. Yes, well, here we go. So we're gonna do key up arrow pressed and then motion. And we're gonna do change Y, make sure it's change Y by, not set Y to, just change Y by. And now it depending how many steps you want to take it. Now the best steps to do, I'd stay in the range of 2, well, just 2 or 3, but I quite like 2. If it's 1, it's too slow and it's boring, but if it's 2 or 3, it's good and it's not too hard. But if it's 4, it's just too hard and you're hitting to everything. And yeah, 2 or 3, that's what I recommend. Then I'm gonna do, after that's done, we're gonna do another one. So control, when flag is clicked. Now as this is unneat, it will be neat at the end. I'll show you a tip. But anyway, when flag is clicked, forever, and then if again, motion, no sorry, sensing, and another key such and such pressed. Now this, make sure it's not up arrow, we're gonna do the down arrow. And then once you've done that, you're gonna go to motion, change Y again, change Y by -2. Then next one, we're gonna do left and right arrow. Now there's 2 ways you can do this. I'm gonna do it the way I think is best. But yeah, so for another, when flag is clicked, forever, if key is pressed. Now it's gonna do left arrow. Make sure it's not up and down again. So then you got a motion, move such and such steps. Now if you do any positive numbers, so 0, 2 plus anything else, it's gonna go right. But if you do negative numbers, so -1, -2, -3, etc., it's gonna go left. So what you want to do is, here, because we're doing 2 steps, we're gonna go to -2 because we're going left. And then what we're gonna do for when flag is clicked, we're gonna go to forever, if key right arrow is pressed, and then we're gonna go to move, motion, move 10 steps, and then we're gonna change that to 2 because it's a positive. It's gonna go right. Right, I'm back, and now we're gonna be doing the point system. So like on here, there's the pointing, so that